Welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. All right, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Mary Helen, how are you doing today?
Good. Very good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're very, very excited to have you here on the show. So let's get it rolling. So to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So I need your help here. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe let's start off with, what is your role in the business?
Okay. My name is Mary Helen Ranieri. I've been in real estate for over 30 years. A lot of the times I've been a single agent, and now I am working with a team as the director of operations, managing agents under me and doing listing, transaction, coordinating, marketing, everything.
Wow. And
That's
also,
my role. Everything like the rainmaker.
so everything in the business you handle. And imagine you've already been in the business for 30 plus years. A lot of experience right there. Now, I'm curious to know, how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker?
Since September.
Since September. All right. Now, before you got partnered with Cyberbacker, was this your first time working with someone virtually, or did you have experience?
I did not have experience with a virtual assistant. No, not at all.
Okay, so your first go at it. And now, talking about virtual leverage, you have two Cyberbackers supporting you, right?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Now, how did you find Cyberbacker? Or did someone refer you to us? Did you see us online?
I was definitely referred to you from my real estate coach.
Okay, so a
We were
referral.
talking, I was having a really hard time hiring people that stuck. I would hire somebody, go through a very difficult process of hiring. I mean, I did not hire people lightly. I took multiple interviews and weeded them out and had about 3 different people that I hired that within 3 months had let them go. And that's when I thought, all right, maybe I need to change my route and go virtual. And I knew about Cyberbacker through my coach.
Gotcha. So a referral. And imagine going through a lot of resumes, doing the interviews. It really takes a lot of your time, right?
It does.
Yes. Now, before we go into the, of course, hiring process, I'd like to know your thoughts on this first. So you've been with Cyberbacker for a few months now. So what comes into your mind when you hear that word now, Cyberbacker?
Cyberbacker to me now, then rather than when before
Started, before you started.
is now like a team. Instead of just hiring one person, I've hired a team of people to help that I can reach out to, that, floundering or whatever. I have a whole team to go and talk to about it.
You're right. Once you partner with Cyberbacker, you're not just getting one person. You're partnered with the whole company, of course. Now,
Right.
before getting partnered with Cyberbacker, you would have to create your, let's say, give up list, the set of tasks that you're going to be leveraging to your Cyberbacker. So what were these things that you needed help with before you got partnered with your Cyberbackers?
Well, since I've been in the business so long, I really needed help with with doing the marketing in this time and age. With the social media, I'm
Yes.
really terrible at that. And making sure that I have a plan to get people through our database, which is a continuous touch mode. And since I'm running with agents and questions and, trying to find new listings and new buyers, it was very difficult to stay consistent with my marketing. So that was my very first.
Marketing.
That's what I needed to get off my plate because I was not doing it well at all.
So really, marketing was number one then.
Number one.
All right.
Number one.
I would agree with you there, especially every day. Even if you plot up your calendar, some of these, let's say, 5-minute tasks would have come up, a few questions here and there that would really take up your thinking time, right?
Yeah. And just to get social media posts together I would take care of a problem that a client or an agent was having versus making sure
Yeah.
that post went out diligently at the same,
Mhm.
on the schedule. That was very difficult for me.
But now you have your cyberbackers helping you there. So, um, I'm curious to know, how was the transition from, of course, working with people who's in the office physically there to now working with someone virtually, your cyberbackers?
Well, you know what? When I really hired Cyberbacker, I was in the middle of the pandemic. So that really helped my process, my mind process, because we were already working like that. So whether I was, 5 minutes down the street from the office, I was still working virtually. And so was on my team. So I didn't think twice about it, which I think without the pandemic, I would have thought that was crazy to find somebody that wasn't local, you
Also
know.
virtually. I would agree with you there. Again, something positive came out of something negative, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, you already talked about, of course, going through a lot of resumes earlier. Now, I'd like to know more about your experience here in Cyberbacker with our hiring process. So, how was the hiring process for you, and how did you know that both of your Cyberbackers were the perfect fit for you during this process?
At Keller Williams, we go through an extreme hiring process called career visioning. And really, the team leader here at the Clady Group teaches that class through Keller Williams. So there was no way that I could really skip a beat and make
Yeah.
that less intense. So I really was hiring through that process, which is the personality traits, the job descriptions, their history. It was really an 8 or 9 hour process for each candidate. And so when I did that with Cyberbacker, they really took the same process, shortened it up a little bit for me because they did all that
Yeah.
heavy lifting. And we picked our candidates. We interviewed them exactly like I would be interviewing on that long process, and shortened it down through candidates and then picked our candidate. So I thought that was really great because that took a lot of the legwork off my plate.
Yes, again, they're really time saving, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now, talking about time saving, after your cyberbackers were chosen, they would undergo the training here with us. So, did that training that we gave your cyberbackers help you save any time at all?
Absolutely. Tremendous amount of time. After the whole process of hiring and interviewing, then it's that 30, 60, 90 days
Yes.
of getting them set up is intense. So using Cyberbacker did take a lot of that off my plate too.
All right, perfect, perfect. Now, I can already feel that this partnership that we have with both cyberbackers has been a successful one. Don't you agree? So,
I do.
a lot of our listeners might not know how to build on a successful virtual partnership. So, I need your help here, Mary Helen. How did this become a successful partnership? What tips would you be able to give our listeners out there?
I think this is part of our team and the way I work personally is making everybody feel like they are part of a group. So immediately we brought in both of our cyberbackers on our morning, we call them morning huddles. They're both on there. So we talk to them daily. We have a team meeting once a week and they are on our call. So they hear what we do, they hear our problems along with we ask them questions, and I open that up to the team. So it's not just me working with the virtual assistants day in and day out. The team gets involved with them too. And I think that really did help camaraderie. It helped the cyberbackers I have to really feel like they're part of our group.
Yes, again, there, make them part of the group. One team, one family, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Now, talking about family, with the additional time that your cyberbackers have given you, what are the things you can now do for your family, Mary Helen?
Yeah. My kids are grown now. So they're not in my
Hmm.
every day. I'm not changing diapers and I'm not running them to soccer games. But I have to say that past that time period of my life, now it's more about my husband. And so I have been able literally to have dinner at dinner time instead of 9 or 10 o'clock at night because I'm continuously trying to do social posts. Or it's gotten my life back together, having Cyberbackers helping me.
There we go.
I do find the time now, instead of always having my computer up and always on the computer communicating with people. Now, my husband won't shut my computer lid without me being done, or, I'm able to do things and actually, I spend more time still in the business to push the business forward, which I wasn't able to because I was in the grind of the business instead of working on the business.
There we go. So focusing on the growth, not working in it, right?
Yep.
Yes. Now, another question for you. Now, as a parent, what do you think Cyberbacker has done to better your personal life?
I think Cyberbacker has helped me realize that, I don't have to do everything myself. I can delegate responsibilities, which kind of has turned with my family too. I don't have to be the one that always does everything, So I've been pushing things with my own kids and telling them to do things instead of me doing everything humanly possible all the time.
Wow, that's great. Again, a huge, huge difference from your life before, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I also forgot to tell you, Mary Helen, that both of your Cyberbackers are going to be listening once we have this episode uploaded. Now, I'm going to put you in the hot seat here. What is the best thing about your Cyberbackers, about each of them?
Johnny is my part-time Cyberbacker who works in the marketing. And I have to say, he saves me every day, social media posts and getting, we've created calendars of marketing and he keeps me on point. Brian is our ISA, and Brian is so willing, ready, and able to get an appointment and to work with our leads that it's refreshing for me. We work behind Brian closely every day with the team that's here, and Brian's setting us up and getting us more consistent in our database touches. And so it's really a team effort.
There, right there. Team effort, of course, to make the dream work, right? Team effort to make the dream work, something like that. Now, Mary Helen, we really, really appreciate you being here on the show, and we are very excited to see where this partnership is going to lead to, let's say, next more years to come. Again, thank you very much for being on the show today.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.